Day 51, here to see Gringo. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this one.
It also might be day 50, because I was recounting. Even though we did the math, I think we're only on day 50.
Yeah, it might be a screw up. I did some counting too. I think it's 51. We'll find out after the movie is over.
I really have no idea what day it is anymore, but we're still going.
That's the fun of the challenge, right?
Gringo.
Yeah. Just caught the Gringo. Gringo. It was good. I liked it.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
The movie itself.
Well,
but it was pretty funny. Had some funny scenes in it.
Yeah. All the actors did good. I thought the main character was funny. Everybody else was pretty funny for the most part. And
yeah, they had some pretty solid lines. They didn't make that movie 100% politically correct, which is why I enjoyed it more than most.
Wasn't what we expected from the trailer, because they include some jokes.
They censor a lot of stuff in the trailer. They change words in the trailer to make them kosher for the United States of America.
So I'd recommend go checking out just because of that to find out what those words are.
Watch the trailer a couple times so you memorize what the lines are, and then watch the movie.
Like
so
we
then
did.
You're like, oh.
We definitely saw it enough times before we got in this movie. By the time we sat through all these.
To know what the words actually were in the trailer versus the movie.
What would you give it?
Overall, I'd give this movie a 6.
I'm hovering.
You'd give it at a 7.5, 8.
Thanks. I'm hovering between a 7.5 or an 8. I thought it was good. Wasn't as good as Game Night, but it still had some funny jokes and kept me entertained the whole time. All right, here to see.
Dave something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
50 something. We're in the 50s.
The Strangers sequel, I'm not excited for, but it looks corny and stupid.
This looks crappy.
Yeah.
And I don't like horror still.
Okay. I love horror, but I don't like stupid horror. So
I don't like any horror.
As long as it doesn't put me to sleep like Winchester, then I think I'll be okay. As we predicted.
As I 100% predicted.
It was crap.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Didn't want to see it. And it was bad.
Well, I mean, we're gonna end up saying it regardless.
Well, that happened because we ran out of movies, but
yeah.
Good thing more movies come out tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's not good. Don't see it. It's just like Strangers 1. They're just.
I didn't even see the first one, so I didn't know what was coming on.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Only thing that's good, every time the killer's about to kill someone, plays great music.
Oh yeah. I gotta give him credit on that.
Beyond that, nah.
Some of the scenes I liked, like the pool fight scene was kind of cool.
I thought it was cheesy and dumb.
There's a couple times where the actors actually acted well, but other than that, it has really wonky camera work. I can't stand the cinematography.
Is true.
The angles were super weird and stupid, and there's a lot of times where they go dramatic and they do a really like too dramatic of a zoom where they go.
Yeah,
and
they did really bad zooming.
It was
that is one thing I can definitely agree with.
Yeah.
That their zooming capabilities
threw me off. I couldn't stand it.
Couldn't stand the movie.
Yeah. If you can't stand it, don't watch it. So I'm probably leaning. I'm just 3.5. It was bad.
I'm probably just gonna go with a 2. I'm pretty sure that's what I gave Winchester as well.
Yeah, and I couldn't
They're
stay
both
up
on
for
the same boat. For me, they were both stupid.
Yep.
Maybe. All right. If I give Winchester 2 only because of the music, I would give this a 2.5.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's got to get some kind of credit, I guess.
Either way, this movie overall was god awful.
Yeah, stupid tropes and cliches too, just like Winchester actually. A lot of jump scares that don't mean anything, and it's
this one wasn't as jump scary though, which was solid.
But not as much, but it had some. Like
1 or 2. It was
the dog and just
still really dumb.
Yeah. Hopefully better movies are to come.
I was gonna say something, but I forget what I was gonna say.
Day 50 something.
Again.
Yeah. Here to see Tomb Raider.
I'm actually stoked about this movie. I hope it's good.
Yeah. Same. Just got out of Tomb Raider. The reboot, and it was good.
Way better than the original.
Yeah.
It was a decent movie. In comparison to video game movies, this movie was perfect.
It's a step in the right direction. Yeah. It wasn't super cheesy. I mean, some parts felt like a video game, but it wasn't anything that was that's corny.
Off the video game, so I don't care.
Yeah. No, I mean like there's a scene, I won't spoil anything, but everything was just well put together. It looked cool. Everything was nice. The destruction. Yeah.
I dug the casting and everything.
Mm-hmm. She did a really good job as Laura.
Yes. I'm glad they decided to make the movie off the reboot series.
Better choice. Yeah.
Yeah. All around, I enjoyed the movie. They could have made the movie a little longer to add a few things, but But beyond that, I have
Yeah.
nothing to complain about.
Leaving it open for sequels, obviously, because the game's about to come out with the third installment. So
Stoked.
I'm hovering around
Third and final installment.
Yeah.
Stoked.
6.5. Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
I was debating 7.5. I'll give it a 7. If I was rating it against video game movies, this would be a perfect 10. But yeah, I'd give it a 7. Solid. You should see the movie.
Take notes. Every other video game company who's ever thinking about making a movie, go see this.
Uncharted. Hurry up and make it good.
Come on. Really waiting on that one. So, take notes.
I'm pretty sure we're still in the 50s.
50, yeah, it's 50
Very
something,
close to
obvious.
the end of 50s.
Yeah,
I think
close.
we're near 60. But not there yet.
Here to see 7 Days in Entebbe.
I hope it's good. The trailer looked cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any like serious expectations for it, but I hope it's good.
7 Days in Entebbe. Day 53, as we have figured out now.
Yeah, finally.
Yep.
We
And
decided to count all the movies.
it was good. I liked it a
Yeah,
lot.
it was actually a really good movie.
Yep.
I don't know if the lady behind us liked it.
Nah.
She was like, oh, that was interesting.
Yeah.
And then left the theater. So,
It's a mixed tone. I didn't agree with her at all. I thought it was good. I don't
yeah,
know what
I thought it was good too.
Yeah.
There were some parts
that weren't necessary.
that weren't necessary in
Yeah.
my opinion, but beyond that, it was a really good movie.
Mhm.
The ending was really weird. Like the movie finished, and then like the credits.
Oh, the credits part. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was weird.
credits part was really weird, and I didn't understand it.
I think it's the first. I don't know if it's the first, but it's the first that I can remember of a movie that I saw where the actual like title screen. I mean, excuse me,
The
the
title
regular
credits,
credits are
yeah.
going down, and there's no music because
It was dead silent.
Yeah,
That was weird too.
the
But
whole way
anyways,
down.
The rest of the movie, the whole actual movie, I thought it was a very good movie.
Yep. I didn't know any history walking into this, so learning
Yeah, I
more
didn't
about the
know.
situation as watching the movie and after, like that was cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. What would you give it?
I'd probably give this one an 8 out of 10.
I'm leaning towards a 7.5. Day 54.
Yeah, we know the
Got it.
days.
Here to see. I can only imagine.
Because I can only imagine. Hopefully it's a good movie.
I can only imagine that this movie's gonna be good. Yeah.
Hopefully.
It was a good movie. It was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it was definitely better than I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
And I was looking forward to it too, so I'm glad
Yeah.
it was good.
Crazy story.
Yeah.
Seeing Trace Atkins in the movie was awesome because his voice when he talks is awesome. It's like Southern molasses just right out the gate. It's so
the
cool.
country you want.
This was like yesterday in 7 Days to Entebbe. I walked in not knowing Mercy Me, not knowing the history. I didn't know the song. I never heard of anything.
I know of the band. I might have seen them, depending.
Okay.
Not entirely sure. But yeah, I know a ton of their music and everything, so I knew who they were
Gotcha.
and everything before the movie. So that's why I was actually excited for the movie. I was like,
Yeah.
the only thing I was scared about, like most like Christian-based films, the acting's kind of a little rough.
Most of the time.
Um,
That's why the expectation was kind of like
yeah, that's
leaning,
why it
and
was
I was
like
on the
an
fence
iffy one.
and
But yeah, it was definitely better than I thought.
yeah.
Some of the actors were all right, but there were some good ones.
Yeah.
For sure.
All in all, it wasn't like it felt like more of a regular movie because like
Yeah.
you're saying the acting wasn't super hokey, so it was
Yeah.
like you could go in and
It
not
wasn't.
know.
It wasn't a cheesy film.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
actually good and like good.
Yep. So
It's heartfelt, good story.
what would you give it?
I'd give it a probably 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. I'd give it a 6.5. All right.
We're going back 60 years.
Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. It's the 60th anniversary. I'm stoked because I never saw it
I
before.
have not seen it either.
Yeah.
I think the only one that I know I've seen by Alfred oh my gosh, by Alfred Hitchcock
Alfred
is
Hitchcock.
The Birds.
Yeah, that's a classic. And
Beyond that, I'm not sure what else I've seen by him. So
yeah, I've seen his The Birds, The Hitchcock Hour, and this other one that was about like I think it was an apocalypse thing. I can't remember exactly, but I'm looking forward
Apocalypse
to it.
Now?
Maybe.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
Hitchcock.
No, it's not.
But yeah, day 55.
Vertigo was awesome. I thought it was really great.
Nah.
It was. They were listing a lot of facts at the beginning. I haven't seen Citizen Kane, so I can't compare it. But they were claiming that it's better than that, and I don't know
As
because
of
everyone.
2012.
Right. Because
This is the #1 film of all time.
yeah.
I would have to disagree.
It was good. It just like the pacing in the beginning is really slow. You have
And
to
the
hang in
middle
there
and
for the
the
plot.
end.
Oh yeah, it's different because like the whole movie's slow, right? But the story once it started to pick up a little bit, it like got me interested to the point where I didn't really
still
care
wasn't
about the
interested.
pacing. Not at all.
No, it did nothing for me. I didn't think it was that great of a story, honestly.
Yeah.
No.
To each his own. You got two differing opinions. If you like older vintage movies like that and you want to see this one, I would definitely recommend it.
It's alright.
What would you give it?
5.5, 6.
I think I'm gonna go 8.5 or no. So I'm hovering between 8.5 or 9. I don't know.
Yeah, that movie was not that good at all. There are so
My
many
opinion.
better classic movies you should go see over that.
Like Casablanca, that one's definitely
I
better.
still have yet to see that too.
Definitely worth it. No, I'll stick with 8.5. I mean, because Casablanca would be a 9 for me. That's like, oh my god, that movie's fantastic. So if you see that one coming back on for TCM,
Next month we're gonna go see Grease.
yeah, that's
I'm stoked for
40th
that
anniversary. That'll be
They should
interesting.
have sing-along titles for that one. Like they should have, because like Studio Ghibli, they're having a ton of those films come back,
Yep.
and there's dubbed, subbed, and dubbed days. They should have normal, sing-along day, and normal.
I think
And if they have a
regardless,
sing-along day, we're going to sing-along day.
regardless of if they put the titles down there, anything people are going to be singing in the movie theater, I will count on it because we had vocal
Because I'll be
people in
next
this
to them
movie
and I'll
too.
be singing.
We're here.
Spooky lighting.
Yeah, we're spooky lighting for not a spooky movie.
Terribly spooky movie. Raid.
Yeah, it's about. Well, I won't say it.
I don't know what it's about.
It's an Indian action film. That's all I
was
know.
gonna say that's all I thought from the poster. Because initially
Still
I was
is.
like, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the poster and I was like, oh, this looks like an Indian action flick.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
From the
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, we'll see. That was
Raid.
Raid was a Indian comedy, which was terrible at being any genre.
It was a drama thriller. Kept
Apparently.
you clinging onto your seat the whole time.
Crime, extortion, taxes. It was.
If you would love to see a movie about a guy going to a house for tax evasion,
Yep.
this is your movie.
Yep. If you think filing your taxes is the most exciting part of your day, you're gonna love this movie.
I literally thought this movie was supposed to be an action movie. Apparently it lied.
Yeah.
It's a guy and his coworkers going to a house to do a raid
It's
to
the
look for files and or money.
Yep. It's the Indian IRS, and the whole, like, the plot is just not exciting. The scenes aren't exciting. There's action for like a minute throughout the entire movie, and they have an intermission, which they're still rocking that because
It's all the Indian films we've seen so far had an intermission.
both of them. Yeah, all two. Yeah, except the weird thing is Padman had one for like just a minute,
That's
while this
because
one
they
was
knew
a
we
full.
didn't care about the intermission.
Yeah, I guess so. And Padman had a better soundtrack, so it was like we wanted to get back to that movie. Whereas this one was like, okay, we're gonna let you sit for
I would
10
have
minutes
left during
straight.
the
I think.
intermission. All I cared.
Yeah. So it doesn't. It's just weird. I wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Padman's the better of the two Indian films we've seen so far. But all in all, it was just like,
A no-go.
yeah. I mean, it had some parts that I was laughing at of corny stupidity, which is weird because a lot of the foreign films that we have seen, we laugh when nobody else in the theater is laughing, and then everybody else laughs when we're not laughing because we find weird parts that are funny, and then they find the actual jokes funny, and we're just like, yeah, that wasn't funny. That sucked.
they don't deliver well in English subtitles.
Yeah, I guess so. Especially when they speak real fast, and then it's like, okay, now this one
and then
sentence.
also half the white text is on white background and you can't read it anyways.
And I felt like this font this time was like really thin too. Because like if it,
it
showed
was-
up on someone's shirt, you could barely see it.
some of the subtitles were rough trying to read them this time around. I missed a few lines
Yeah.
here and there.
Yeah. Don't see it. It was a waste of time. I'm gonna give it a. I was leaning towards average, but now that I think about it more, I'm probably gonna say 4.5.
This guy told me 6 in the theater. You should listen to me on this film. It doesn't deserve more than a 2. It was bad.
A 2.
Yes, a 2. You heard me. It was bad. Not even close to average.